Welcome to Lynn Educational Television. I'm Afton Dean, bringing you Lynn Classical Boys Basketball as they host the Peabody Tanners. Out there for Classical, the starting five: Jalen Johnson, Darrell Rucker, Javon Carter, Keith Ridley, and Jeff Hill. For Peabody, it's going to be Mike Tansey, Chris Canella, Will Preshong, Kyle Morphus, and Joangel Lugo. And Tansey is at center court, ready for tip with Keith Ridley. And Classical coming on off a loss to Beverly. So Ridley and Tansey will tip it at half court. And we are set for basketball. Classical wins the tip, and Jalen Johnson will start the offense. Jeff Hill with a wide open look to start it. And Jeff Hill for three. Good start for Hill. Peabody quickly the other way and answers with a three of their own. Kyle Morphus from downtown. And we got a reach-in foul. First foul for either side. Foul's going to go against number 2, Joangel Lugo. Hill will inbound. Hill no look to Javon Carter. Carter lays it right off the glass, and Classical off to a good start offensively. Classical's going to stick with that backcourt pressure. Peabody passes nicely out of it. Good look inside. Will Preshong, his first hoop of the night, and we're knotted at 5, 1 minute in. Both teams had almost identical possessions. A three-pointer and then a dish inside. Ridley's pass picked off. Carter gets it right back.
No possession change. There's no possession change. No shot.
And they're going to reset they're not going to reset the shot clock here. So they did reset it, but there was no change of possession. So Classical going to keep the ball, but with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson finds Rucker in the corner. Rucker wide open, drains it. Nothing but net. Classical, perfect from behind the arc early on. Johnson with the steal. Splits the defenders. Rucker to Hill. Hill shot rims out. Javon Carter right there for the offensive rebound. And they got a double dribble against Carter. Applaud his effort on the offensive glass. Johnson with another steal. He's giving this offense all kinds of issues. Drive. Can't kick it. Ridley saves it. That nearly rolled in. And we got a traveling violation on Joangel Lugo. Lugo having a tough couple minutes to start open this game. Foul, travel, and he's responsible for 2 turnovers. Johnson will set the offense, gives it to Rucker. Carter kicks it to Hill. Hill rims it out. Creshong with the rebound. Three in transition, no good. Hill ready to run. Got two with him. And instead takes it himself and will draw the foul and head to the line. They're going to actually say he was not in the act of shooting. So Classical 8-5 advantage. 3 minutes in here. They get into Ridley. Ridley out to Carter. Right around the horn. They swing it to Johnson. A little back and forth with Rucker, and Rucker will travel with it. Classical almost too unselfish with the basketball in that possession. Defense collapses nice inside. Coach Grassa advising his team not to foul. Shot clock at 2. And that is a shot clock violation. Shot didn't go. Even if it did, it wouldn't have counted. And this is a fast-moving first quarter. At the halfway mark here. Jeff Barbosa makes his way to the scorer's table. He'll be in next whistle. And travel. No, it actually looked like a travel on our end, but it's going to actually be a foul. Foul's going to go against Joe Angel Lugo. That's going to get him out of the game. He's got 2 fouls. 2 quick personals. Johnson's pass gets picked off as he tries to get into Ridley. Ridley gets in there, up tall for the rebound. Classical the other way. Hill running. Pulls it back out. Back inside to Johnson. No call. Peabody thought they had a charge. Instead, Johnson gets the easy 2. Hill with the steal. Rucker comes away with it. Finger roll doesn't go. Peabody had numbers. They don't anymore. And they're going to say he's out of bounds. Summers just came into the game. Rucker, no good from 3 this time. Barbosa keeps the possession alive. And Classical capitalizes from deep this time, Jalen Johnson. Credit Jeffrey Barbosa, who tipped out the missed shot. And offensive rebounds turning into points for Classical here. Classical opening up largest lead of the game at 8, 13-5 here. Johnson looks down his defender and drains it right in his face. Johnson 8 points. Rucker, another steal. Gets his own miss. Good defense by Ridley. Only defender back. And we got a traveling violation going against Peabody. And we're going to get a timeout on the Peabody side. Coach Thad Broughton will call his first timeout of the night. It will be a 60-second timeout. 16-5, Classical edge here. So Classical has opened up this lead to 11 here in the first quarter. Classical looking to bounce back after falling to Beverly and looking for their 7th win of the season. Classical will keep the same starting, shouldn't say starting 5, but the same 5 that were in there prior to the timeout. Ridley is joined by Barbosa, Rucker, Jalen Johnson, and Brandon Summers. Summers brings up the ball. Rucker thought about 3. Ridley shot off the rim and out. Barbosa tried to save it. Summers will inbound. Summers pass picked off. Nice idea by Summers. Three-pointer off the mark. Barbosa all alone. Airmails the 3. Someone didn't switch on defense as Barbosa was all alone from outside the arc. Good defense by Ridley again. His physicality underneath the basket is a big plus for this Classical team and something they didn't have last season. Of course, Keith Ridley, the starting quarterback for the Rams, had a phenomenal senior campaign. And Jalen Johnson, he's failing it right now. That's his 3rd three-pointer of the quarter. He's got 11. And when he finds his rhythm, watch out. Morphus will get a break on the bench. Keon Griffin will see some action for Classical. And they're going to get Johnson for a foul in the corner. Shot clock off, 27.6 seconds on the clock. Barbosa picks off the pass and he stepped out. Classical would have had a fast break. And hard foul. Keon Griffin, who just checked on the game, gives the foul. And Chris Canella is at the line, shooting 2. You would imagine Classical will take the last shot of the quarter with this lead. It's 13 right now, could be 12. And it is 12. Chris Cannella nets both. 12-point advantage for Classical. Plenty of time to get a good shot. 15 seconds on the clock. Summers directs the offense. Johnson and Jalen Johnson for three. 4-3 of the quarter for Johnson. And Classical will go into the second leading, 19-7. We open up the second quarter here at the Lynn Classical Gym. Classical on top, 19-7. And correction, last possession for Classical, that three did not count. So Johnson was just 3 threes in the quarter. He finishes with 11. Brandon Summers will bring it up for Classical. Griffin fumbles it. And they give it right back to Peabody. Peabody needs some stops here on defense to get back into this game. Griffin denying the ball inside. Nice move. Can't finish. Cannella got everything but the basket. Nice pass by Summers. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Malik Anderson. Beautiful touch pass by Brandon Summers. The intangibles that he brings to this game are amazing. And he's definitely a player to watch. He's a junior. He's playing his first full year of varsity. As he was brought up near the end of last year. But he's got some serious game. And definitely a player to watch in the Northeastern Conference. If you're a fan, you have to love the way he plays with such great effort every single possession. Barbosa battles for the rebound and finally pulls away with it. And Classical gives it right back. And count the basket. Mike Tansey gets hit on the arm. Doesn't matter, shot goes. And he'll go to the line looking for a 3-point play. And that's the life Peabody's looking for on offense here. Jeff Hill heads to the scorer's table. Tansey gets all 3 on that play. And Jalen Johnson will bring it up. Peabody bench suddenly coming to life here. Johnson with the dish to Malik Anderson. Anderson makes his presence felt quickly since coming into this game. And harassing Joe Angel, Lugo on defense forces the turnover. And travel. Barbosa takes too many steps as he makes his move. Good look inside, but Griffin Get some ball, get some arm. And Alex Jean will head to the free throw line. Deontay Plouffe, Keith Ridley into the game. Johnson will get his first rest of the night. And Keon Griffin will also go to the bench. This is both. Peabody searching for some offense. Missed free throws don't help. And Malik Anderson for 3. Anderson's got 5. And a bounce off Classical. It will remain Peabody ball. 5:16 left here in the second quarter. Jean cuts, cut off by Ridley. Corner 3, no good. Jean over the top of Ridley for the rebound. And they find Chris Canella underneath. Barbosa calls the play. Hill off balance, looking for the call. Ridley tips it to Anderson. And the net is turned over. Thought we would get an official's timeout to get that fixed. And that is Chris Perez. His first shot of the night, and it goes from 3. 24-15 Classical advantage. So Barbosa will head out. Jalen Johnson going to check back in. Classical 16 fouls, and that is right off the fingertips of Deontay Plouffe. And Anderson with the steal, and then gets fouled. Ridley inside and uses the glass nicely. Keith Ridley, his first points of the night. And that's tough to stop with his height advantage. Malik Anderson with the block. Shot clock did not reset. And that's an over-the-top foul Jeff Hill on the receiving end. Jeff Hill's going to go to the line as Peabody is in the bonus. Gets the first one to go. Hill started this game with a three-pointer. Makes both teams exchanged a pair of baskets to start the game. It was 5-5, but Classical went on a little run and has led ever since, as it stands 28-15. Classical on top. And Peabody calls the timeout. Jalen Johnson, your leading scorer for Classical right now. Game's leading scorer, actually. He's got 11, including 3 triples in that first quarter. Hasn't scored since. Both teams over the limit foul-wise. And when we come out of this timeout, it will be 2:54 left here in the second quarter. Alex Jean gets freed up underneath the basket. 28-17. Jalen Johnson, nearly identical spot where he was on fire in that first quarter. Finally a miss from him. Ball gets deflected to Plouffe. And we got a traveling violation. Peabody saves it, but right to Javon Carter. Carter gets it ahead to Plouffe. And can wave off the shot, and Deontay Plouffe will be at the line looking for his first points of the night. Makes the first, and he'll get a second. Plouffe makes both. Two minutes to play here in the second quarter. And nice move by Mike. I was going to say Mike Tansey, but that's Kyle Morphus. Morphus put his head down and went right to the basket. Rucker with the runner, uses the glass. Rucker with the steal. Johnson all by himself. Hill the trailer. And 34-19. Classical has opened this back up to 15. Classical making this look easy on offense right now. And Classical has the chance to distance themselves a little bit before they head into the locker room here. Peabody calls their third timeout. Classical a +3 in the quarter. Jalen Johnson, Jeff Hill, Deontay Plouffe, Jeffrey Barbosa, and Darrell Rucker will close out the quarter for Classical. And out of the timeout, Chris Cannella will inbound. Peabody with a dangerous pass there. And pass is finally picked off. Barbosa, he's got his first basket. And shot doesn't fall, but Alex Jean will go back to the line. I thought that lineup would close out the quarter, but instead Keith Ridley makes his way back to the scorer's table. Ball somehow gets tipped to Hill and nearly goes down. Classical will get the ball back unless there's an offensive rebound. Wild from 3, but Mike Tanzi right there to clean it up. And Classical will take the final shot. Coach Grassa calling for his team to take the last shot. And they'll take some time off this clock. And Barbosa gives a look at the clock. Makes his move. And Barbosa gonna go to the line, looking to extend this lead before halftime. First one rattles out. Barbosa having a good half off the bench. Barbosa misses both. Malik Anderson nearly sneaks in there, but it's going to be off his fingertips. And it's going to be Peabody's ball here. Peabody has time to get a shot off. Coach Grassa calling for his team not to foul here. They don't want to bail Peabody out here because that will mean free throws. Long pass. And Keith Ridley with the block. And Ridley says, "Get out of my house." So Classical will go into the locker room leading 36-22, and we'll see you for the second half. And we return for the third quarter of action. Classical on its way to its 7th win of the season if they can hold Peabody here in this second half, but a long way to go here. 36-22. Classical on top, and starting 5 out there for Classical. Ridley, Rucker, trying to get the pass inside to Carter. Unable to do so. And Classical opens up the quarter with a turnover. And that is Mike Tansey. Good look inside. Ridley calling for the ball inside. Can't get it to Hill. And high off the glass, Chris Canella, and Peabody opens up on a 4-0 run. Javon Carter can't hit, and Classical comes out 0 for 3. Classical has numbers on the break. Hill, too strong off the glass. Peabody the other way. Carter picks his pocket. Peabody gets it back though. And Lugo misses from the corner. Tansey there for the putback. Draws the contact, and he'll have a chance to get Peabody within 8 here. Makes the first. Ridley and Carter come out of this game. Barbosa, Anderson in for Classical. And Tansey 2 of 2 at the line, and Peabody is within 8. 36-28. Lugo's shot blocked. Rucker. And Peabody gets it right back. And Mike Tansey gets his team within 6. 36-30. Classical has yet to score here in the third quarter. Johnson off the mark from 3. Classical, ice cold. Malik Anderson battling for the loose ball. Barbosa goes to the floor, and we're going to get a loose ball foul on number 4, Jeffrey Barbosa. Good hustle. Second team foul. Johnson comes away with it. Gets stripped. And Peabody gets it right back. An offensive foul. Malik Anderson giving up the body. And a big defensive play out of Malik Anderson. Anderson had his feet set perfectly. Barbosa, a little miscommunication with Malik Anderson. They both nod their head at each other. It results in another classical turnover. And we're halfway through this third quarter. Fast-moving game. And we got a traveling violation. It will be I was gonna say Celtics ball, classical ball. That's when you know you've watched many Celtics games. And Jeff Hill, big shot from 3. Classical needed that one. They needed that one desperately. That's Hill's second tray of the night. Lead back to 9, 39-30. And they're going to get a blocking foul against Darrell Rucker. First personal, third team foul. And Jeff Hill on the break. And he finds Darrell Rucker running the floor. Rucker with 7 points. Thrown away. Anderson to Rucker. And Darrell Rucker, count it. And he'll go to the line. Looking for a 3-point play. Great find by Anderson on the break. Give him the assist. Darrell Rucker doing a great job running the floor. Getting rewarded by his teammates. Nets it. Rucker with now 10 points on the night. Chris Perez gets freed up. No one in sight. Drains the mid-range jumper. Peabody gets it right back here. And Perez fouled, shooting the 3. Anderson tried to run him off the shot. And instead, hit him on the arm. First one goes down. Front rim's the second. Deontay Plouffe will replace Jeffrey Barbosa. Will Preshon will also head to the bench for Peabody. Perez makes 2 of 3. He's got 7. And very productive night for Chris Perez off the Peabody bench. And there he is again with a steal, and he saves it. But Alex Jean fumbles it out of bounds, and Fortunately for Classical, will stay their ball. Johnson can't spin it home. Hill with the loose ball. Ahead to Johnson. And Johnson's shot blocked. Chris Perez with a loud block. The Peabody bench excited. Neither team really taking care of the basketball right now. And we got a traveling violation. They find Jeff Hill in the corner, and Jeffrey Hill for three. Third of the night. Jeff Hill has got 11 points. Classical's got the lead to 13. After Peabody had the lead, or the deficit within 6. Rucker splits the defenders. Terrell Rucker will head to the bench. Brandon Summers back in. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Classical on top, 47-34. And that foul is going to go against. Waiting for a call. Brandon Summers, who just checked into this game, picks up the foul. 6th team foul. Alex Jean makes the first. Jean makes both. Johnson's pass deflected and picked off. Lugo's shot, no good from the corner. And Coach Cross are going to call a timeout here. Looking to draw something up. And it is 47-36. Classical on top. And thank you for joining us tonight. Lynn Educational Television bringing you all of Lynn's high school sports. Channel 15 Comcast, Channel 36 Verizon. And also be sure to check out our YouTube channel, Lynn Educational Television. Be sure to like, subscribe, as we post games daily. So 33.2 seconds on the clock. There's about a 4-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Plenty of time for Classical to get a good shot off. Peabody will get the ball back, but with minimal time. Hill's pass off the mark. Clock winding down. And we're gonna get a foul call. And we're gonna get a 1-on-1. They're gonna call a push. It didn't look like anything from over here. And Gene makes both. So we will go into the fourth quarter. Classical on top, 47-38. Final quarter of action between Lynn Classical and Peabody. Classical on top, 47-38. They withstood the Peabody run in the third quarter. We'll see if Peabody has one more run in this fourth quarter. Johnson gets it right back. And Jeffrey Hill, he's pumped up. The young sophomore. He's got 4 threes on the night. And the Peabody coach not happy as they leave Jeff Hill wide open once again. Classical is over the limit here, which could mean for a lot of free throws here in this fourth quarter. And we will see Kyle Morphus at the line. Hits the first. This is the second, 1 of 2. Johnson ahead to Barbosa. An offensive foul. Gonna go against Jeffrey Barbosa. And we got a traveling violation. Jeff Hill gonna try again. And nearly puts it home from about 2 feet behind the arc. Anderson in, Ridley out. Johnson's shot, no good. Lugo with the rebound. Pretty good crowd on hand from Peabody. As they're calling for defense on that previous possession. Hill goes for the steal, doesn't get it, and loose ball to Plouffe. Plouffe finds Johnson, and Johnson knows what to do with it. 15 on the night for Johnson. The lead now 9, 52-41. And applaud Jeffrey Barbosa for the effort. Goes to the floor. It's not going to be classical ball here. He commits the foul, but applaud his effort. And when we get out of the timeout, Peabody will have some more free throws as Classical has 10 team fouls. Classical in search of its 7th win of the season. Suffering losses to just Beverly and English. Peabody was on a little run in that third quarter. Classical was able to weather the storm. Peabody hoping they have one more run left in them here in this fourth quarter. Gonna need some stops on defense, but it does help that Classical has those 10 team fouls. So they could spend some serious time at the line here. Jean has spent a lot of time at the free throw line tonight, and he's been pretty good. Add another one to his total. And makes both. He's going to come out of the game, and we will see Will Preshon, who started this game. Productive minutes off the bench for Alex Jean. Malik Anderson, nobody in sight, and he misses a wide open layup. Nobody was within 2 feet of him. Nobody in sight. And he redeems himself. Goes coast to coast. He's got 7 on the night. He's having a nice night off the bench. Plouffe comes away with it. All the way to the basket, count it, and Plouffe will have a chance for a 3-point play, and he'll be at the line. Was able to withstand the contact. Plouffe nets it. He's got 5. And well-balanced scoring attack for this Classical team. Anderson gonna get called for the foul. Second time Classical's got called. Closing out the 3. Pat Rigol makes 2. I don't think he realized he was shooting a 3. He walked away. He's got 1 more though. Makes 2 of 3. Barbosa gets fouled in the rebounding act. And Classical will inbound it to Darrell Rucker. Up to Anderson. Anderson finds Plouffe. And Deontay Plouffe swarmed by some fans as he gets knocked down shooting the 3. And he has a chance for a 4-point play. His cheering squad helps him up. And they like what they're seeing. And give Plouffe 4 on the play. Another turnover for Peabody. That has not been their friend tonight. Plouffe airmails it. And I would say taking care of the basketball has been their worst enemy. And we got a jump ball. Malik Anderson being aggressive underneath the basket. And Anderson hangs and hits. Lugo sneaks in there, gets his own miss. And they're going to say that foul's going against Jeffrey Barbosa. Barbosa not happy. And Alex Jean making a living at the line right now tonight. Misses the second. And Malik Anderson. I'm not sure what they're calling here. And I'm pretty sure Malik Anderson just got teed up. Confirmed he did. And he's been on the officials a little bit these last couple possessions. And Peabody will also get the ball here. Scratch that. That was a flagrant foul on Malik Anderson. (63-47). Classical well in control of this game. Barring a major collapse, they will pick up their 7th win of the season tonight. Tansey can't save it. Christy Maraca finally able to get in. And actually, they're going to make him go back to the bench. He did not make it to the scorer's table in time. Ridley kicks it out, and Plouffe there for the offensive rebound. Ridley sneaks away with an offensive rebound. Jeff Hill gonna run down the clock a little bit. And more free throws as Peabody now over the limit. Rucker at the line. Classical cheerleaders on hand here tonight as they are behind the basket. Rucker, good on both. Shot airmailed, and Peabody reaching foul. This game all but over. Johnson will look to add to his point total for the night. And Ridley sneaks in with the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. And Classic will be able to take some more time off the clock here. Johnson shot off the mark. They're going to say Plouffe traveled with it. He wanted the jump ball. Doesn't get it. 1 minute, 6 seconds left to go here. And out of bounds off Peabody. 49.9 seconds left. And a well-balanced scoring attack tonight for Classical. We'll get to that in our wrap-up. Rucker gets poked in the eye. He's going to have to shoot a couple free throws. He's going to have to shake that off pretty quickly. And that one looked like it hurt. So he'll gather himself and makes the first. Nothing but net. Rucker, great overall night on the offensive and defensive end. He'll finish with 14. And Tyler Joyce, his first points of the night. And Ridley with the touch pass. He saw Plouffe right in his vision. Great pass. And Deontay Plouffe fouls Tyler Joyce on the three-point attempt. Assistant coach Tom Grassa wisely advising Malik Anderson not to pick up another flagrant foul. If he does, that's an automatic 2-game suspension. So he's got to be careful here. There's only 9 seconds left in the game, but hopefully he doesn't have any leftover words for the officials. Joyce will have 2 more. I guess that was not a 3. It looked like it was. And Classical can just dribble it out here. So Classical are going to pick up its 7th win of the season. And as I mentioned, it was a well-balanced scoring attack. Classical was back and forth with Peabody in the first few minutes of the game. Classical went on a little run and never looked back. Peabody did not lead in this game. For Classical, Jalen Johnson led the way with 15 points. Jeff Hill with 14, including 4 3-pointers. Darrell Rucker also had 14 points. Deontay Plouffe with 11 off the bench. Malik Anderson with 9. And 2 points apiece for Jeffrey Barbosa, Javon Carter, and Keith Ridley. So a very balanced scoring attack, including some good bench production from that Classical team. For Peabody, Mike Tanzi, your leading scorer with 11. 8 apiece for Chris Canella and Alex Jean. Jean spent, it would seem like he made a living at the free throw line. So those are your leading scorers for Peabody. So Classical takes this one 66-51. For all of us here at Lynn Educational Television, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.